Welcome to Uncle's channel. Thanks for watching today. And we have a special unboxing today. We have the TMNT Piper's Hot Collector's Edition for Splintered Fate here. And this was sent over to me from Super Evil Megacorp, the developers of the game. And I have to say, like, this is not a promotional, because they sent it over. I've been talking about this game for like a solid 2 years. This is the most underrated TMNT game out there. Came out on the Apple Arcade first. I played on there, loved it. I came out on the Switch. I've played all the DLCs thus far. Excellent game. And so the collector's edition here is going to include all types of bonuses, and we're going to go through all of that. This was originally due out in October, but they delayed it to December. It came out literally just today. And I believe the reason that they delayed it is they're actually including the Metalhead DLC on the actual disc here, or on the cartridge if you're getting the Switch version. Because I know that was part of the controversy when they first announced the Piping Hot or the physical editions, is because it included the Casey Jones DLC. They announced the Metalhead, and everybody's like, well, is it going to be part of the physical edition or not? And we're going to look at the box here in a second, because I do believe it includes the Metalhead. We will load up in the actual PlayStation and check for ourselves before the end of the video to know if this is truly the complete edition of the game. But there's all kinds of little goodies and whatnot we're going to go through, so let's go ahead and get to the unboxing. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at is obviously the cover of the special edition here. You have Shredder up in the top part, Karai, your two core enemies here, as well as the four main turtles, and then Casey Jones himself. And they are naturally holding a Piping Hot edition here, and the title of the game. On the back side here, we do have, once again, the core turtles, Casey Jones, and it says, unleash the turtle power, gather your friends, and play as your favorite turtle in a quest to rescue Master Splinter and save New York City. Randomized power-up, bodacious co-op play. Obviously on the same system, which is what I love there. Fight, adapt, repeat. Then down here below, we have all the stuff we're going to get inside the edition. We're obviously going to go through that. And then it says Collector's Pizza Box, Game Box, Casey Jones, plus extra bonus DLC included. I don't know what it means by extra bonus DLC included, unless they are, of course, talking about the Metalhead DLC. And when they made this, they simply did not have a title for it yet. And so we're going to put the game in a little bit later. We're going to test it out to see, but I do believe it might end up having that Metalhead DLC. But let's go ahead and get it out of the packaging. So we have it out of the packaging here, out of the shrink wrap, and then all you have to do is just simply push the, man, it is in there. But we do have a pizza box, which is the actual holding case here for the game itself, which is a really cool little touch. And so I'd say like a small, medium pizza. But once again, we have the cover of the actual game itself. Let's go ahead and open up our pizza box here. I will say, most pizza boxes have like a little lip right there. This one does not. And so it is a little bit tougher to open. I'm actually sort of embarrassed how long it took me to actually open up the pizza box here. But let's take a look at what we have inside. Now, first off, we have the actual comic book for Splintered Fate. I am honestly very excited to actually read this. I do enjoy the overall storyline from the game, and I do love that they actually based it on a comic book here. We're not going to go through every page, but we are going to take a small gander at some of the art style here. It matches up pretty much perfectly with the game itself. And so once again, story by Henry Barjas, if I'm saying that correctly. I could be wrong on that. Leatherhead looks fantastic there. What is going on with Leonardo? He is like really gone out. Like the secondary mutations from the cartoon show. The Next Mutation? Is that what it was called? It's been a while on that. But we're going to, obviously, I'll look at this later. But you can tell, like, this is a really cool little effect here. Now, I guess my question is this the entire storyline? Or is it a addition? It does say one shot. So perhaps this is the entire storyline for Splintered Fate. And we may actually get the final conclusion to the game. Because I know there is some confusion out there of what exactly the conclusion to the game, of course, is. Next up here, we have a little tin can. This is where the dice are for the Dungeons and Dragons. Let's take a look here. Indeed, this is the little dice container for Dungeons and Dragons. I know on the website they mentioned you could like roll these if you don't play Dungeons and Dragons to have like a little bit of a choice or a randomized choice on like which power-ups you take. That's probably stretching it to like your in-game use here. This would be more of a for Dungeons and Dragons, I presume, or a role-playing game. And you can see here we have all the individual pieces, and they just sort of fit in there in any which way. Let's see here. I think, like they seem to have individual places, but I know the triangle has to go here. That one makes sense. For the rest of them, I think I got them right. I don't know, you can sort of silently judge if you'd like, but I think I got that right for all the locations of the dice there. I have never actually played Dungeons and Dragons. I'm interested in it, and so who knows, maybe this will be the set that I finally use when I jump actually into that individual game. We do have a poster here. Take a look at the poster. Once again, same art style going on. We have Casey Jones, April O'Neil, all four of the core turtles. They all have their individual game controller here. Looks like a combination of like a SNES and PlayStation 1 controller. A unique art choice. Is it two-sided? It is not, but that's okay because the one side is pretty cool there. Let's see what else we have. We have a secondary poster, so I guess instead of doing the two-sided, we just simply have two individual posters. This one here corresponds to the Junkyard Jam Fest. We have the mutant frogs here. What do they call it? The punk frogs. That's what it is. And has all their names down there. And I'll be honest, I don't think I ever actually knew outside of Genghis Toad or Genghis Frog what their actual names were. So that is fascinating. If you knew that, congratulations, you are the ultimate turtle fan. I don't believe I actually knew their names beyond that. I probably honestly prefer this poster over the first one. All right, next up we have probably the most exciting part of this. This is the game manual and art book for the game itself. And of course, just like an old school game manual, you have all the power-ups, all the core characters, the controls, the elements that you can get, the story recap, which obviously we'll get that from the comic book here. We have the art as far as like the individual nobody. I don't know. Oh, look right here. We have a massive hint that Metalhead is going to be in the actual DLC that's included on the disc. He's in the actual art book. But wait a second. Wasn't Metalhead in the base game as well? I don't know. We'll take a look at it a little bit later. But couch co-op, key art here. That's the poster we had, main key art. And so I'm not going to go through every single page here, but very, very cool actually being able to have the official art book of how it's all been developed. And they actually, I think, divided it. If we look here, oh man, look, we have the dice usage if you want to use it inside the game itself. So it does have a somewhat more of an in-depth game usage if you want it. And then we have the memo department as well. Overall, very cool. Overall, very cool book here. I love game manuals. I love art books. And so this is perfectly down my alley. Next up is the actual game itself. I suppose it's supposed to fit perfectly in there. Indeed, it was supposed to. Let's go ahead and look at here. It says the same things that it said on the actual core box earlier. And then it also has a little sticker on the front that says includes Casey Jones and the Junkyard Jam plus extended digital art book. I wonder if that's going to be the DLC that's included. I am very curious when we pop this in the actual system, what exactly we're going to be getting on this disc itself. But let's go ahead and take a look and see if there's anything else inside the actual container here. But if we look at it, it also says PS5 upgrade available. I assume that's for free, but I don't actually know. It talks about the extended digital art book. I bet that is going to be the DLC. I hope not. I hope it's got the, well, there you go. I'll try to put that code in before I, of course, display it on the video here. So no one's going to take my individual code. We have the Splintered Fate Deluxe Edition. We have all the core characters there in the background. Honestly, that's a pretty cool looking cover. Man, Leonardo, like, am I just like forgetting part of the game where he like mutated into a giant Leonardo or second mutation? I don't know. You can let me know in the comments down below. I've played through the game several times, but it has been a little bit, so perhaps I am forgetting something there. But overall, very cool little addition here. We're going to put that in the system in a second. All of the items that were included inside of the Deluxe Edition, or I'm sorry, the Piping Hot Collector's Edition, I believe it goes for $100 or $99.99. And so I'd say if you're a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, Obviously, that's a pretty cool aspect. The core game itself is $40. If it includes the Metalhead DLC, 45-ish dollars. Then you have, of course, comic book. We'll say that's probably worth $5-10. I mean, $100 you might be pushing it for a full value of $100. But if you truly love the game and enjoy the game, there's some cool stuff here. And so, but let's go ahead and pop the actual game into the system. All right, so I have it queued to copy over on the system. But if we look down here, it does say free PS5 upgrade. So even if you get the PS4 version, you are getting the PS5. And once it's copied over, we'll take a look and see if we are indeed going to get the Metalhead DLC. All right, so I will say the game does look fantastic on the PS4 here, but let's take a look and see. Oh no, look at that. You got the 4 main turtles, you got the Casey Jones DLC, but then Metalhead has a little lock sign above him. Let's see what happens if we click on the play as Metalhead. You cannot click over, you have to click view DLC. Let me go back. View DLC, and right there it says it's $3.99. So the entire game is technically not included. I suppose they're talking about the digital art book. That was the extra DLC that was mentioned on the back of the box. And so I was really hoping this be included because we get like the full entire game on the Pipin Collector's Edition. But if you buy this, you are going to be missing out on the Metalhead DLC. You should still get the free graphics upgrade as long as you upgrade the game itself. That was mentioned in the last video I talked about with this game. But overall, like, I'm still very excited to dive into the now PlayStation 5 version of Splintered Fate. But once again, thank you for Super Evil Megacorp for sending over the Pipin Collector's Edition for me. Cannot wait to read the comic book. Cannot wait to go through this game again. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check my other videos listed above and go out there, find a great game to play. Simply have a great rest of the day.